We're coming to the end of this section on digital signal processing, but there are a couple of other items I would like to just mention, and they're particularly the things that mean digital signal processing has a huge advantage in some situations over old-fashioned instrumentation, for example, the bench filters we looked at. The first one is an idea called causality. What that says really is you can't see into the future. So a filter on the bench is a little bit stuck because as the signal comes in, it might like to know if the signal was going to change because it's going to have to react to that, but it can't, it just has to wait and see. And so in practice, a filter on the bench will always introduce a delay because it has to wait and see what's going to happen before it can react to that. If you can store the signals on a computer and then filter them after the event, of course, you can effectively see into the future. You can implement a filter as if you could see what was coming along because you can see it because it's on the computer and respond ahead of time. Now, of course, it's not really ahead of time, and this won't work if your filter really does need to be working in what we would call real time. But in many situations, when you can analyze the data afterwards, it's extremely helpful to be able to look at the entire data set before you begin analyzing it. In this experiment, I will do something that is simply impossible without a computer. As you can see, my voice from the microphone is going into the spectrum analysis software. Once we have the spectrum, then we can manipulate that as we wish. For example, we can change the frequency components. A lot of elderly people who have hearing loss lose the hearing in the higher frequencies first. And so in principle, if we can shift those higher frequency components to make them appear at a lower frequency, then perhaps those older people could retain their hearing for longer into old age. Once the spectrum is in the computer, it is simply a matter of shifting the spectral lines and then performing the inverse Fourier transform, which takes us back to an audio waveform. And if I do that,
I can make my voice sound like this.
that's brought us to the end of this lecture and the end of the series. Thanks for bearing with me. I hope you've enjoyed some of what you've seen. If you have any questions or comments, good or bad, please feel free to contact me. Otherwise, many congratulations for finding your way onto this course. It's a great course and I wish you all the best in your careers.